These toads are fucking.
We are fucking. That guy, he's just chilling in the sun and the water.
This book. I got one paragraph into the book and I cried. Pete Walker, this author, if you have childhood trauma or PTSD or were abused as a kid, I can't recommend Pete Walker enough as an author. Like, the dude knows what the hell he's talking about. Do you want to hear what it is that made me cry? So I'm like a third of the way through this book, and this is a chapter called The 4 Essential Processes of Grieving. And this is what the paragraph says. One of the sweetest gifts that I have received from opening to my tears is the moving recollection of the genuine good things in my past. This is the memory bank of childhood wonders that was buried beneath the host of traumas that I banished from awareness while growing up. On many occasions, after deeply grieving these traumas, I have poignantly recalled special people, things, and events that kept my spirit alive in childhood. It's so true. Like, when I think about my childhood, I only think of bad things. Like, it's very hard for me to recall ever feeling happy when I was a kid because I was scared so much of the time. And to hear him say specifically that you should try and recall the genuine good things that kept your spirit alive when you were a kid. So I really tried. I tried to recall those things, and it made me cry. Some of the things that I thought of were reading. I really loved reading when I was a kid. I would stay up really late at night when I wasn't supposed to and like read Animorphs and Little House on the Prairie. And Catherine Called Birdie, that was one of my favorite books. And then later, the Anne Rice vampire books, that was like my refuge for a long time. And those things like felt very safe to me. And I sort of lived like sort of half in a fantasy land because of how much I sort of retreated into books when I was a kid. And some other things I thought of were like like Nickelodeon shows. Pee Wee Herman. And then the woods by my house. Like just going into the woods by myself. I spent a lot of times just out in nature by myself when I was a kid. It's weird, like I have two sisters who I'm really close to now, but like when I think back to like my happy memories, it's usually being alone rather than being with my sisters. Like I really just wanted to be alone when I was a kid. Like one of the memories that I think of is I was thinking about this earlier today, which is so weird, but I feel like I spent a lot of time wandering around alone in public when I was a kid, and specifically I was thinking about county fairs. Like just my parents would just set us loose at the county fair, and like just I'm thinking about just like wandering through the carnival at night, like those. And I do this like every year. It's like multiple times a year, just like wandering around a carnival by myself in the dark. And that was one of my favorite things. So, and the one that really made me cry was that one of the things that I loved the most when I was a kid was my grandma. She died this year. And when she died, I had a therapist at the time. This was in September. And that therapist was a fucking quack, but when I told her about my grandma and like how sad I was, she asked me to think about what my grandma represented to me. And she's like probably the only person in my childhood that ever showed me unconditional love. And so I'm trying to, God, Pete Walker, you've done it again. This fucking book, I swear to God, his other book, Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving, it probably wasn't any thicker than this. Like, if this were just a novel, this would take me a week to read. But because it's this kind of subject matter, I got through a paragraph. And it's like every page I have to like stop and process sorry, I'm like totally like snotting all over everything. I'm gonna wipe on my shirt. Oh God, Pete Walker, you ruined me. But like every page, it's like I have to stop and just like emotionally process what this book is doing to me. The other book, Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving, I swear to God, it took me months to get through a book this thick. And at the other end of it, I cut my mother out of my life. Like, that book totally changed my life, and this Tao of Fully Feeling book is, like, just as good. Ugh. People rag on self-help books, but damn it. Where am I gonna meet someone like Pete Walker in real life to tell me to feel my feelings, honestly? Like, okay, I gotta keep on reading. I want to lighten the mood a little bit. So now I'm going to watch a Buster Keaton movie that I have never seen. It is called Steamboat Bill. It is from 1928, and it is 69 minutes long. Buster Keaton is a handsome fella. Look at how pretty this lady is. Marion Byron. Oh! Look at how lovely. She's like a little 20s Fairuza Balk. Okay, so Steamboat Bill Jr., played here by Buster Keaton, is meeting his father for the first time. And when he shows up, his father's a riverboat captain, and Bill is like an effeminate pansy. And look at this outfit they've chosen to portray that. This checkered bow tie and sweater combo. And the beret! Don't worry, guys. He got butched up. They butched him up real good. Yeah, take it off. I'm sorry. I just think he's so sexy. And then this coy little way that he puts the blanket up to take his suspenders down. Oh my goodness. It's just such a little cutie. Coconuts? Cocoa nuts? Coconut. Look at the height he gets on this jump. This man can fall on his ass like no other. He's trying to portray to his father, who's in a prison cell, that there is a saw hidden inside of the bread. And look at this classic thumb gag he does. You don't get a thumb gag like that in a modern comedy. It's only something a master could come up with. Old-timey special effects are so cool. Like, okay, it's a tornado, right? And all the patients are fleeing from the hospital, except, oh, it's Buster Keaton. How the hell did they do that? Hang on, let me back up. Look at this hospital lifting off. Cray. Wow, okay, so this is the movie that this scene is from. Buster Keaton, famous for doing his own stunts. That was crazy. How the hell did they even generate this kind of wind power in 1928? Like, what the hell kind of fans did they have? Was there that much electricity then? Like, I'm genuinely impressed. Okay, that was quite a fall. Yeah, nope. Overall, I give Steamboat Bill Jr. a B-. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it was enjoyable and it had some good gags. This movie is public domain and you can watch it for free on YouTube, so I will put the link in the description in case anyone is interested in watching an old Buster Keaton movie. I guess that just about does it for this vlog, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.